I don't know if it's late or early, but I just finished an edit. It's a little past midnight, but I'm going to show you how I created this rounded and adjustable UI UX look for a client using only Premiere Pro. I'm going to use an adjustment layer and nested sequences because this is a non-destructive method, which is way better than trying to mask individual clips because that's a headache. First, create a new adjustment layer. I'm going to name mine Mask. Add it to the timeline above your screen capture. If you have multiple layers, just make sure the mask is at the top. Add a shape effect to your adjustment layer. In the effects panel, find the ellipse. It's under Video Effects, Generate Ellipse. Drag that onto your adjustment layer, and don't worry about the colors or anything, it doesn't matter because we're going to invert this. Create a 4-point polygon mask. Hold Shift and scale it towards the edges. Now go to Mask Expansion and raise that up. I found the sweet spot is usually around 20 to 35. Hit Invert. Now check your clips and adjust your mask accordingly. Adjust the mask path and you can just move the points out to widen it and give you a wider, cleaner, more even look. Adjust your clips and make sure they look good within the mask, and then you can move the position and adjust the scale to make it look even better. Now let's talk about backgrounds. You can use any background you want if you have footage or images or anything like that. In my case, I'm just going to use the animated gradient in SuperMogurt because I use SuperMogurt for everything. If you don't have SuperMogurt, you can make your own gradient in Premiere Pro and then animate it, but I had SuperMogurt made so I didn't have to do that anymore. I'm just going to edit my SuperMogurt and remove text and turn off objects. And then let's turn on animated background and 4-color gradient. Now you'll notice with my background on the bottom layer, you can't see anything. That's because the adjustment layer is covering every layer underneath it. The best and easiest workaround is using a nested sequence. Highlight all the layers above your background, including the adjustment layer. Right-click and nest. I'm just going to name this Screen Capture. Now that it's nested, you can see the background because the mask is only affecting all of the clips in the nested sequence. So now you can add effects below or on top of your nested sequences to create layered looks. For my last client, I added another SuperMogurt on top of the nested sequence to add animated text. To change the colors, I just open SuperMogurt and change the purple to, let's say, Google's blue, and the pink to this red-orange. If I need to make changes to the screen capture, I can still do all of that in the nested sequence. This is also a great way to show off mobile layouts. I'm going to duplicate the nested sequence and name this one Mobile. Let's also just delete all of this because we don't need it. Let's adjust this footage for scale. Now go back into your mask path, grab your points, and bring them in to be the size of a phone. I'm tired and rushing, but you can fine-tune this to be pixel perfect yourself. Adjust your footage, and I'm also going to remove the feathering and drop it down to 1 or maybe 2. Let's use a ruler and guide to just line it up. If you don't see these buttons, just click the plus icon and add them. I have a video on 5 Premiere Pro tips below that shows you how to use rulers and guides. You can go check that out if you want. Alright, this is good enough. It looks like a phone. So if I go back to my main sequence, let's duplicate the background. I'm just going to hold Alt and drag. Now drop your mobile sequence on top of the background, and you're done. Again, this is non-destructive, so you can still go into any of these nested sequences and make adjustments until you or the client are happy. I hope this helps you out. Right now, if you go on your computer to filmbodega.com, you can grab SuperMogurt for $10. $10! Save yourself a lot of headaches. Get the gradient background, get animated titles, all sorts of stuff right now at filmbodega.com. Well, back to work.